Let's find out the big movers yesterday. Stocks which saw very heavy volumes. Hormaz, as always, joins in with that list. Hormaz, I suspect there would be quite a few IT names because the rout which took place in the IT stocks eroded 1.2 lakh crore of their market capitalization all in a single session.
IT stocks, indeed, there is a big rout that we saw yesterday. And we were talking about this during closing as well. At least for every IT stock, at least 50 to 60% of the total shares that were traded were marked for delivery, even in yesterday's trading session. But the list today is slightly different, and start off with an outperforming name is Polycab. And Nigel was also mentioning about this yesterday, about the fact that the stock being at a 52-week high in an otherwise weak market in yesterday's session has gained in 6 out of the last 7 trading sessions, in fact. And yesterday's volumes were the second highest in the month of February for Polycab. Close to 9 lakh shares were traded yesterday, the 20-day average being close to 2.5 lakh shares. And 60% of the trading volumes in Polycab were marked for delivery in yesterday's trading session. Close to 5 lakh shares marked for delivery, 20-day average just being 1.5 lakh. And on February the 28th last year, the stock had made a 52-week low of 45.55, and from there the stock has seen a rebound of almost 80% and is now at a 52-week high. On the flip side, an underperforming name, IRCTC, and the second straight day of losses yesterday. Tuesday's volumes were again the second highest in the month of February. Over 40 lakh shares were traded yesterday. That's double of its 20-day average, which is close to 20 lakh shares. And the percentage of delivery volumes yesterday as a total number of shares traded was the highest in the last 3 months, or going back to the 9th of December 2025. The 25 lakh shares marked for delivery, 20-day average being just around 8.5 lakh shares, among the first of the railway names that peaked out in 2024, and since then the stock is down well over 50% from those levels. And lastly, a much hyped name from last year, Urban Company, back at its IPO price after making a post-listing high of well over 200 rupees. It was the 4th straight day of losses yesterday for the stock. The volumes, though, have seen a bit of a pickup in the last 2 trading sessions, and even in yesterday's session, the volumes were the highest in the entire month of February so far. Close to 35 lakh shares were traded. Of course, volumes have thinned out significantly in Urban Company. At the start of trade, when the stock had listed, we had close to 1 to 2 crore shares being traded every day. But yesterday there were only 35 lakh shares traded, 20-day average of 22 lakh shares, and half of those were marked for delivery compared to a 20-day average of just around 11 lakh shares. And of course, back at its IPO price, which is 103 rupees, so almost halved from its post-listing high as Urban Company.
Indeed, thank you very much for highlighting that. Urban Company there. 103 was the issue price. Stock closed at 107, fresh 52-week low on that.